How's it going, guys? My name's Shane Murphy, and today I'll be showing you guys how I would promote a FGCU women's soccer game. To start, I want to show you guys how I would create an experience that has minimal cost but maximum entertainment for the entirety of the match. The way I would do this is by utilizing social media, posting emails, as well as flyers all around campus for the most amount of students to attend the game. I want to ensure that all students and fans have a memorable experience from start to finish. The way that I would do this to the start is setting up a block party where there'll be food, drinks, and lawn games. I would also have a special guest appear for the national anthem. And then for the halftime show, I would like to incorporate something unique, something that really hasn't been done in a college setting or a professional setting. Um, I also want to encourage fans and students to stick around after the game for certain ways, whether it be the um, things that I'll talk about with the block party for after. And then I'm also going to be breaking down the sponsorships for the team and an overview of a budget to make this whole night possible. So, a little rundown on how I did the sponsorships. So for the men's ice hockey team, the club ice hockey team, we have to raise money ourselves in order to do certain events, whatever we want to do, pretty much. So I thought it'd be a good idea to create a flyer and have the players themselves on the women's soccer team go out to local businesses, restaurants, anywhere they know of, and show them this flyer and explain to them the certain type of sponsorship deals that they could get if they decided to help out. So you can see that it ranges from $1,500 to $250. You got the Eagle sponsor, green, blue, and white. And then each one has its certain benefits if a certain business wants to sponsor the team. So for the Eagle sponsor, you can see that they would receive a full page ad in the team guide, a link to the FGCU athletic page for 1 full year, and season tickets to all the games, and then 10 copies of the team guide. And then as it goes lower in price, the smaller the advertisement gets in the team guide, the amount of tickets you get and the amount of copies of the team guide as well. But you can also see on this flyer that it has a little introduction about the team and how dominant they've been over the years, how they're in the Division I conference, in the ASUN conference, and over the past 14 seasons, 12 of those seasons, they've either been tied for the championship or they've won it. So I think it's a pretty cool little flyer. And if people decide to want to help out, they can contact any of the three notifications down low, whether it be the website, a phone number, or the email. So for the pre-match promotions, to start, I would post on social media, including majority of it being Instagram. I would post something before the match, and I would do a game day post as well. I would also be sending out emails to the whole school and letting them know that a women's soccer team or that the women's soccer team is playing a tough opponent and that they should be showing up. And then, so at Alico in the Alico parking lot near Pickering Field, I'd block it off, make sure it's safe for if there's any kids running around for certain carnival games, which would include like the cornhole, ring toss, spike ball, anything that you can think of, even the mini nets, so the little kids can mess around and play one-on-one against each other. And then the big part with the block party is the food truck that I incorporated. Um, and this food truck would be a part of a sponsorship with FGCU, which I'll explain later on how that whole budget will work. And then also, fans will have a chance to enter a 50-50 raffle, and the winner will be announced at the end of the game. There will also be tables for students where they can look at different other raffles, which they can win memorabilia, including a soccer ball, team jersey, or a signed team picture. And then the big theme of all this is I went with a game that was close to Halloween. So I wanted every student that joins the game to wear a Halloween costume. And then at halftime, the best Halloween costume will be chosen. and they'll have a chance to win a gift card to the bookstore, and there'll be three winners for that. So this is one of the email posts that I created, just basically saying that spooky season is around the corner. Everyone should wear their Halloween costume and have a chance to win some money to go towards the FGCU bookstore. It has the time of the game, where it's at, and the type of prizes that people can win. Um, and then this is another email that I created. Get ready for a big night. Join us as they're playing against Stetson University, one of the toughest teams in the conference. And then I put in Thursday, and then at 5:30, so people would show up a little before game time starts, obviously for the block party. And then it has a couple other things with the food truck and the games and all that stuff and the raffles as well. And then these are the Instagram posts that I created. Um, you can see that both pictures include the soccer team. And then I think the important part is the comment underneath the picture that explains to people again that there will be a food truck before the game starts, that there will be a costume contest, there'll be games in the parking lot, and then showcasing like the typical hashtag, the hashtags that FGCU athletics usually use on a game day. You can see that hashtag Go Eags, hashtag Beat Stetson, Dirty Birds, Go Birds, FGCU, Protect the Nest. And then also the raffles as well that will be there. These are the flyers that I created. So you print out a bunch of these things. They can also be used as social media posts if you wanted to take a picture and crop them out and post them on social media. But for this instance, I went with flyers and post these all around campus. It says that it's a soccer match. I did a little Halloween theme, who they're playing against, and the time of the game. Um, on the first one to the left, and then on the second, you can see that it's more focused on the Halloween part of it and all the games and the food truck that will be there for the block party. Um, so how this would work is the cost would be minimum, as there will be flyers posted all around the school for students to have an opportunity to receive their community service hours. The food truck will be provided by Backyard Social as one of their main sponsors for the team. And the food truck will be heavily discounted. And then the games will be organized by the students, and all the games will be provided by FGCU, so there shouldn't be really any crazy costs there. And then the team autograph ball, picture, jersey, all will be donated by the team. So I don't see why there has to be too much spending going on for the pregame promotions. So this is a little breakdown for the food truck. Did a little math, but you can see that the food truck would stay for around 3 hours. Roughly, I threw in like 200 people. And then Addison's Chicken. So Backyard Social, if you don't know, is a big restaurant with a bar inside. And then surrounding the whole bar is a bunch of different food trucks. And so this individual one I picked out, Addison's Chicken, that will be the one that would be there for that night in particular, selling whatever they have on the menu. You can see on the right here, the food truck sponsorship discount. Usually for 3 hours, it would cost $450 for a food truck. You get the 30% off since they're a sponsor, and it would cost 315 bucks. Um, Average cost per meal is 10, around 200 people that attend the game. That's 2,000. Sponsorship costs 50, or sponsorship gets rid of 50% of that, so it's 1,000. And then just additional price of 50 bucks for the power. You can see at the bottom, total is 1,365, but the team budget 750, and then sponsorship support is 765. So this is the volunteer flyer that I created. This would also be posted all around campus. It has the date and the time and the location of where we would need help. 5 to 10 p.m. I think that's a good time to be there just to start, and 10 o'clock, just some extra time for the whole event to be cleaned up afterwards. And then you can just see the little message over there. helped the athletic department set up the best event of the year while acquiring community service hours. Um, Over to the left here, you can see that I would say that you would roughly need 10 to 15 volunteers to set up this event. And then also for the national anthem, like I said before, that there will be a special guest. Um, Ava Swiss, she's from the South Florida area. She performed at the men's club hockey game roughly a month ago. And I don't see no reason why she would not want to come back out to do the same thing for the women's soccer team. So for the halftime promotions, I would obviously have Azul, the mascot, be in attendance, walking around, taking pictures with the kids and the fans, and just getting the crowd pumped up. The first scenario I kind of or activity that I thought of would be having three soccer balls with one of the FGCU players come out, and then maybe a few kids roughly under the age of, let's say, 14, 15 years old, and one of the balls would have a red dot on it. And pretty much it'd be one of those things where like you have the cups and you put a little quarter underneath and the guy shuffles it around. It'd be the same thing with the soccer balls. The player would juggle the balls, mess around with them. And once the music stops, the kids would have to guess what ball has the dot on it. And if they get it right, they would get a $10 gift card to Dunkin' Donuts, which was another sponsorship that I included in here. And then this is the one that I found would be pretty unique to any type of sporting event. That if a fan that usually plays soccer but doesn't play it all the time goes up against one of the FGCU goalies, obviously it wouldn't be the starter of the game because you don't want to risk someone getting hurt off something like silly like this. But if the backup goalie was interested and the team was okay with it, they would come in. The fan would attempt to score a PK goal, and if he did, then he would receive 50%, he or she would receive 50% off coupon to Boardwalk, which is the restaurant right down the street in North Lake. And then the other big thing would be um, the best Halloween costume, which would be announced by halftime, and all the volunteers would be searching out, looking for in the stands who is wearing the best costume. And then you can see that first place would receive 100, second place 50, third place 25. And then these are kind of some AI generated pictures. I think it's a good representation of what the whole night would kind of look like. You can see over in the top left here, you got all the fans kind of hanging out in the parking lot. You got the cornhole, the rings around, the little soccer balls for the kids, and you got the food truck over there in the corner. The top right, you can see all the Halloween costumes and the people in the stands kind of cheering them on to see whose is the best. And then you got the penalty kick with the FGCU goalie and the fan, and he's attempting. And then obviously you can see the Dunkin' Donuts uh, right in front there. And if he ends up scoring, he gets that $10. And then I took a real picture of Azul with actual fans at an actual FGCU event, and they're all pumped up and having a good time there. So for post-game promotions and fan retention, I would say right after the game is over, you want to post on social media right away. That's whether it be the highlights of the games, pictures of the costume contest, or just fans enjoying the whole entire game, pretty much from halftime to pregame to postgame, whatever it may be. And then also sending out another email, letting people know when to come out again and watch the Eagles play, and then also congratulating the winners of the raffles and the costume contest. And then you want to make sure that the announcer gives a big shout out to the sponsors of the night because obviously this is a pretty big event. Um, and you want to make sure that they get the recognition that they deserve. And then you want to make sure that the food truck stays an extra 30 minutes after the game, just in case if anyone is hungry. People are obviously going to be hanging out, waiting for, say, their daughter, if they were playing, like families are waiting around. Um, Whatever the case may be, just make sure that it sticks around for a little bit longer. You also want to give a big thanks to Ava Swiss, the America's Got Talent semifinalist, for sticking around the game and also singing the national anthem. And then I also thought it would be a pretty cool idea for the players themselves to stick around after the game. And if there's any kids in the stands that wanted to go out and maybe kick the soccer ball around for 10, 15 minutes, it'd be a good way to get a good relationship between the fans. Um, so these are the other kind of fake emails that I created and another Instagram post that I posted on my actual Instagram. But with the email here, you can see that the raffle winner, the raffle number, and the people that won the costume contest. And then over here, you got the Eagles win with the comment under there. Your Eagles got the job done tonight as they defeated Stetson University by a score of 4-3. It's an unforgettable atmosphere, and we hope to see you guys again at the next tilt, November 2nd against New College of Florida. Go Eagles. And then you can see that shouting out the winners of the raffles and Luke Murphy for winning the costume contest. And this is another flyer that I created just to shout out again the sponsors of the night. This can be something that can be posted on an email or an Instagram post. I think it's pretty important to let them know the great job that they did during the game. And then, so this is just kind of an overall summary of what would happen during the night. You got to showcase the block party and how it's going to be a great time with great food and entertaining games before the match begins. And you also get an opportunity to watch an amazing singer perform the national anthem. And the way that we're going to be doing this is posting a bunch of emails, bunch of Instagram posts, and posting flyers all around campus. Um, for during the match, I think it's a great, unique way of showcasing the skill between fans and actual players. Um, and I just think the costume contest will bring in more students and have them have a better time at the game, and them also knowing they have a chance to win some money for the bookstore is a great way to get them to the game and cheer on the Eagles. And then for post game, just making sure that you shout out all the sponsors, have the team stick around to hang out with all the kids, and make sure that everyone's having an unforgettable experience. Um, and then obviously, for the most part, you know that people want to kind of get out of the field or whatever the case may be, the arena as soon as the game's done. But if you keep that food truck open, keep the games open, get lights in there, there might be a few people, more than a few people, obviously, that stick around and want the party to continue. So I think the impact and the benefits for FGCU, I think that with more activity through the entirety of the game, students will be more inclined to join or want to see future games for the FGCU women's soccer team. And then I think it's a good for if you're posting a lot, that a lot of local restaurants and businesses are going to see the type of audience that it's bringing in. It's bringing a bunch of students, it's bringing in a bunch of revenue, and that there's going to be more types of businesses that are going to want to be create partnerships with FGCU. Um, so businesses that partner with FGCU will see hundreds of fans show up and generate money, and hopefully they participate in that. And then through these sponsorships, the FGCU athletic department will be able to host more events like this in the future. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, and go Eagles.